Hi everyone, it's Celia. Today is June the 21st, 2011. It's a Tuesday. Sorry if I seem a little out of it or loopy. I'm really tired. I've had a long day and got a little too much sun exposure, so it kind of drained me. Um, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to about after surgery is I'll have more energy after I go out and play in the sun with my daughter or, just sit there and watch her even. It's just insane that I'm this tired over nothing. I wanted to make a quick video because there's just a couple things that have been on my mind lately and that I'm nervous about. Um, First of all, my Psych Eval is on Thursday, the 23rd, and I don't know why I'm so nervous about it. Um, Lots of people on OH have just given me tons of support, tons of encouragement, saying it's not really a big deal, etc., etc. I just, for some reason, I'm still really dreading it. I feel like this guy is the last person who could stand in my way of having my surgery on time, or in my time frame anyway. So I don't know. Maybe just I think also I'm afraid of the unknown. I don't know what he's gonna make me talk about. I don't know if he's gonna think I'm psycho. Just normal things I'm sure you all have been through if you've already, been through the whole process. Um, there's tons of reasons why I shouldn't be dreading it though. I've never had an addictive personality. I'm not an alcoholic, never have been. I've never been interested in drugs. I've tried, a couple things when I was younger and they didn't do anything for me. So, I'm not going to transfer my addiction to drugs. I'm not going to transfer my addiction to alcohol. Alcohol does nothing for me now. And I hear that it'll do even less for me after surgery. I hear that's quick, uh, a quick, cheap buzz, and then it wears off after about 10 minutes. So, I'm not even planning on drinking really ever again, save for the, glass of champagne at New Year's or whatever. But that's all I drink now, so. Like I said in my first video, the most addicted I've ever been to anything is to cigarettes, and that was cake. It was cake to drop it, you know? It just, I decided I wanted to talk to my physician about weight loss surgery. I knew instinctively, I guess, that I was going to have to give up the cigarettes, and I did. I told myself one day that that was my last day smoking, and it was my last day smoking. I'm not going to say it wasn't hard because it was. Any of you who have tried to quit smoking knows what I'm talking about. But it's only hard for the first few days, After the first week or two, I don't even crave them anymore, and I'm back now to the part, to the phase, sorry, that, I hate them. My sister smokes. I went on a 12-hour car trip with my sister yesterday, and she smoked the whole time, and oh my god, I thought I was going to die because I couldn't breathe. It was just so disgusting. So, I don't know. That's my experience with cigarettes, and I wasn't a long time smoker. Um, I by no means was ever a heavy smoker. Um, I had 3 or 4 cigarettes a day for quite some time. I think at when I smoked the heaviest, before I even got pregnant with my daughter, which I quit then too, by the way. And I think that's important to do if you ever get pregnant, is to quit smoking if you are a smoker. First thing you do. Anyway, enough of that. Um, but my heaviest smoking, which was before I got pregnant, I want to say maybe I smoked half a pack a day, maybe 3/4 of a pack. Nothing, definitely not 2 packs a day like my dad or, my grandpa before he got sick, or, I was never a really heavy smoker. So, maybe that's why it was so easy for me to give up. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, but, I know I don't have a healthy relationship with food. I know that. It is hard for me to say no to a cookie or to cake, especially the sweet things. I've never been much of a salty snacker. Potato chips aren't my thing. Um, I don't really like roasted, salted nuts of any kind. I like honey roasted cashews, but then again, you have the sweet in there, so um, I've never been a real salty snacker. It's the sweets that get to me. Now, ice cream, cookies, all those things I can avoid if I don't keep them in my house. I'm not about to go for a drive and waste the gas that it takes to go for the drive to go get a candy bar. But, my husband sometimes brings food home from work, so that's not healthy for me. My sister brings home candy bars that aren't healthy for me. And I crave them. Oh my god, do I crave them. In fact, in May, I went to one of my nephew's graduation parties. And I was proud of myself at first because I said no to the cake. I didn't eat anything at the party because it was all, fatty junk. Normal stuff you'd find at a barbecue, hamburgers, hot dogs, you name it. A bunch of pasta that's high in calorie, and, it wasn't the whole wheat pasta or anything like that. So I just said no. I ate before I went. Um, took my water with me, and I just sipped on water, watched my daughter play around the park. And I did notice though that I didn't have as much fun. So I know I have a messed up relationship with food because I can't celebrate a nephew's graduation, which is an important day, without food. And it made me mad. That night I got home and I started thinking about how I turned down cake, and I became irrationally pissed off that I didn't eat the cake. Mad. Like, wanted to throw something at the wall, mad. And, eventually the feeling passed. I wrote a nice long letter about my psychotic moments to an old coworker of mine who's had the RNY. It was several years back, but it was insane to me how insanely mad that I got about that. Another thing I'm kind of worried about here, and I'm switching topics awfully sudden here. I don't really have a parlay into the next one. I am a full-time student going to school for elementary education. I'm really worried about going to school during and after surgery, though. School starts, I want to say it's August 22nd. I know I'm not going to have my surgery until at least 10 days after that. I know that because I have to go on a liquid diet, which is another thing I'm kind of worried about. Just because I do have, those temptations, and I do have the desire to eat food. And, my family has been so supportive of me. So up to this point, they've changed their diet with me. We all eat ground turkey instead of ground beef. We all eat turkey bacon and turkey sausage. If it's pork or turkey, or if it was pork or beef before, it's probably turkey now, save for the occasional, pork chop meal or whatever. We don't fry things anymore. We don't, we're all eating healthy. And that's a great thing. And I'm glad that we're doing that. But my family cannot go on a liquid diet with me. Now, I'm hoping that, their encouraging words are going to be enough to get me through this, but I'm not sure. And only time will tell on that. The good news is, though, my surgeon only requires 10 days. That's it. 10 days before surgery on a liquid diet to help shrink the liver so he can move it out of the way whenever he does the surgery. So, excuse me. So that's a good thing. I know a lot of you out there probably had to do 14 days, maybe even more. So, I'm lucky, I guess. But going back to school, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle going to class, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy to get out of bed. I mean, I sat and I rearranged all my classes to where they're mostly online. I've got 12 credit hours. 9 of them are online. One of my classes, which I have to have for my degree, is not offered online ever. I figured I'd keep that one class on campus. I'll have someone drive me until I'm able to drive myself. I'm planning on investing in a rolling backpack so I don't have to carry my books because I know there'll be a weight restriction on what I can lift. So I'm doing everything I possibly can to accommodate the surgery while I'm going to school because I don't want to have to wait until Christmas break. In fact, if it came down to it, I would probably do a full withdrawal from my classes before I waited till Christmas to have my surgery. I can always go back to school later. I can't wait any longer to start my new life. I just can't. Not when I'm this close. And not when I'm this excited for it. Not when I'm this ready for it. So, I'm going to try to do both. I really am. I'm going to give it my best shot. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But we'll see how it goes. I did get some good news this week. I called my gastroenterologist's office. They hadn't sent my labs for the H. pylori test to my surgeon yet. And whenever I brought that up to my surgeon when I talked to him on the phone last week, he wanted to know what the test results were because I was going to have to go on 3 different medications, a proton pump inhibitor, some antibiotics to clear up the infection, you name it, I was going to have to be on it. But good news is I don't have to do any of those medications because that test did come back negative. So yeah, that's pretty much all. I mean, I've got a bunch of questions going through my head. I'm not really I'm not really in a state of unrest or anything about any of it. I'm very comfortable. I'm not really scared to have the surgery. Of course, I've got some pre-op jitters, and those aren't going to go away until after I'm in recovery. So, yeah, so far it's going great. My surgeon is amazing. I did some research on him it was after my first consult with him. I just wanted to know some more about him, how long he's been doing this, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, he went to Johns Hopkins University for med school, and that is pretty stinking impressive. He did his bariatrics certificate at Duke, and which is also pretty stinking impressive. And one of the most important things to me that I read on his website, it was in his personal biography section, was that he is a man of God. And I am a Christian. God does have an important role in my life, and I just feel like that was, oh, a heaven sent moment there. That information that he's a man of God, and he's even willing to pray with and over his patients before he operates on them, which is awesome. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up now. I just needed to get some of those things off my chest. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.